Biden recently just talked about food shortages is going to be real, which you can tell by the thumbnail. Chris, since this was one of the stories that you brought up to me about it, what are some of your thoughts and theories as far as how this is going to happen? You know, the severity of it, um, and everything to do with this whole like shortages. Is it going to just be certain areas? Is it just going to be certain things, or do you think it's going to be a, a complete and totally across the whole, government? I mean, the whole nation.
Um, I mean, I don't think clearly it won't be everywhere, but as I've said here, probably a couple of times. Sorry if I'm repeating myself again, but what was it? The start of Corona. What did they tell us they were doing? They were burning. They were getting rid of livestock. They were pouring milk. They were destroying milk. They were getting rid of. They were doing a lot of stuff that didn't make any sense, right? As a result of Corona. So basically, it's
Hey,
like,
variant.
what's up, variant? Um, you know, uh, they started with the bullshit long, long time ago. Meat is already being hit hard. Yes, correct. SM. Um, they were setting us up for this food shortage. You can't destroy food and crops and then tell me that we have a shortage. You know, as a result, and then we also had shipping delays, etc., etc. They would. This is again. This is manufactured. This is not a case of where we actually are running low on supplies, etc. To what extent that they're doing this, I'm not 100% sure, but of course, it's probably to get people more reliant upon the government. That's what it seems.
Um,
Some way, shape, or form, right? Because you're going to be begging the government, oh, my stores are empty. You got to do something about this politician. You got to do something about this Miss Politician, Mr. Politician. You have to help us. Um, but clearly, there's a more of a reason behind it. I'm just not 100% sure, what that is at the moment. Dale, what's up? How you doing?
yeah, my theories on it is that with the supply chain crisis, like I honestly don't feel like everything is necessarily planned out for a specific purpose. Some of this stuff, I say, as far as the politicians themselves, um, I honestly think that they don't do a lot of thinking on these issues, honestly, and think about how everything will come back around. Um, Perfect example. I don't think that they're at all, you know, when they were putting all these strikes on Russia. I mean, not strikes, but what is it
Sanction.
called? Sanctions. Thank you, sir. When they start putting all these sanctions on Russia, I honestly believe that they felt that it'll be short term, and before it even starts to pinch us back, they'll already be done with it. And so they would have weakened Russia and thrown their blows at them. But what's happening is I think it's going much longer than they anticipated. And Russia already had some economic moves that they already had set in place for this to happen. So I feel that they were prepared for it. Um, and these things are not going to be effective. Now, some of the other part of the shortages
Oh, Misha, what
is,
up?
yeah, the other part of the shortages would come from the supply chain being backed up, and that's something that was before. In all honesty, there was inflation going on even before that, and that all tracks back to, I hate to say it this way, but because it is needed for some people to be able to have these whew,
They did, Jack.
I believe that they need to be able to have these what is it called? Since I think Russia may use this chance to go back. Oh, definitely. They're
They
already
did.
on that. They're already on that. But I mean, when Trump did the tax cuts, not tax cuts, but when Trump gave out, the checks, the problem is these checks, though they'll put it on the budget, they're taking it out from us. So it's kind of like whack-a-mole in both ways. We get something which is already ours, and then we get taxed a premium on top of it. And that's kind of what I feel that's going on in that situation as far as the shortages. That's what kind of started kickstarting it. We already started having the inflation, which was going on. Then you had Jerome Powell, the Fed chief, who was saying he's going to have to start raising rates. Granted, it's been like, a point this of 1%, for each little incremental raise, which he's done. But if it's already at negative and he inches it up to a 2, and they really want it somewhere around 6%, 7%, then that's a lot more pain that's going to be, shown throughout the time. So you had all of these different factors going on, kind of pushing against each other to make it all happen.
Sometimes I go to the store, the shelves are empty, right? And then I'll go 2 or 3 days later and it's like fully stocked, so it's it's manufactured, man. The instead of worrying about shortages, like here's the thing. Doesn't matter if there's shortages if you can't afford a fucking thing that's on the shelf. I mean, these prices are just crazy. So if I can't afford the shit, I mean, it doesn't matter if there's a shortage. In all honesty, right?
I mean,
you walk into the stores. Like I love Publix, right? I think that's a pretty solid store, right? I'm
miss those
giving away my
cupcakes.
location, right? I do like Publix. They're pretty
Miss
good.
Publix got the best cupcakes ever.
They clean. They sandwiches is fire too. Anyway, I like Publix. I can't look at Publix prices. I look at them like, are you nuts? So I have to my Saturdays are spent going to like 2, 3 different stores, maybe sometimes 4, to like complete everything because I don't buy food from Walmart, right? Like I always get like just my cleaning products, like paper towel, detergent, deodorant, toothpaste, stuff like that. That's why I'll go to get that kind of stuff. I go to a meat market local. I go to uh, like a vegetable stand to go buy all the veggies and greens and all that other stuff. But just regular food, you go in these stores, it's nuts, man. This shit don't make no damn sense.
Well, I keep telling people when you see all these events, we'll see these events on the news that'll happen, and then it's not often connected to how are these things going to affect us down the road because it normally just don't happen right away. And so when they start talking about, oh, supply chain is backed up, well, after the goods and services which have already come in, and then that next batch which they've already pre-ordered that's already been shipped, when they come in, that's when you start to feel it. It says if you buy lettuce, I guess cabbage, and we'll soak it in warm water, drain, then soak it in very cold water or leave it in water, put in the fridge, and it'll
That's
come
the
back.
kind of information we need to be sharing. Little tidbits like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, most definitely. See Powell. Dell says Powell is already saving 50 hike at next meeting. Doom. So yeah. Oh yeah. And shout out to Doom and Gloom over there. The lovely
I
ladies,
see somebody
Ali and
mention.
Sebs. They
Oh,
good point. But go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say the thing about LIBOR. It caught my eye, right? Because you know, in a
Oh
former
well,
life,
let me pull it back up and speak on it.
no, I was gonna say in my former life, I used to deal with student loans a lot. So those rates that changed every July 1 were determined by what the LIBOR rate was, and then come to find out that they was messing around with the LIBOR rate and playing with it so they could make more money. I'm just like, yo, it's really some bullshit. And then now they mentioned SOFR. They said it could. They said could also make interest rates volatile, and that's exactly what we're seeing, man. Like they got us on the yo-yo. We'll never know if we're going up or down. Really, we could speculate. We can pontificate. We can guess. But the only thing we know for sure is that we're being played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mead Market is another good area you guys can go to also. That's what Fair Inch is put in. Jimmy, what you got here? Says Soros, control the oil, control the country. Yeah, because it goes back to that old Rothschild statement. Or Rothschild was like, you the man who's in charge of Britain's bank or Britain's money is he who controls the power. I'm getting it all mucked up, but it's like I don't care which puppet sits on the throne. Whoever controls the money controls London, and I control London's money. So he was putting it out there that hey, I'm the one that you got to worry about. I'm the one that control things, and that's what I feel like most people need to do. All of this stuff ties back to money. I remember a coworker of mine. He was like, "Man, they're not trying to, Pfizer not trying to do this because of money." You sure about that? I mean, have you not paid attention to their history and what these people have been doing and what's constantly went on? So yes, food shortages are going to be real. Walmart beef tastes horrific. It's from cows filled with steroids. No, I'm sure it definitely is. Well, and that's a lot of these stores.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Thiel is the new Soros. He wants to. Well, he wants to be. I don't think he on that level yet.
He's really gunning for it.
Soros' bank accounts are thick. It's even hard to calculate how much Soros is really sitting on.
Yo, Mr. Streets, man, Mr. Streets, you need to say pause after that, right? I mean, I know what he's talking about, but I'm just saying, like, that shit is crazy. Because he didn't mean to say speak, he meant to say soak.
I mean, I don't doubt that at all, Dale. It says great topic coming. China is talking about limiting how much someone can tip/donate to online streaming. Yeah, anything that China does, which is authoritarian, we shouldn't be. I mean, they're literally the only nation in the world which is pushing for COVID-0. Like when everybody else is like, hey, it ain't much we can do about it. It ain't really killing people, so let's just stop tripping and get back to our normal life. China's the only one that's like, no, we got to get it to COVID-0. We got to stop everything. They're literally having lockdowns like crazy over there right now. I mean, you have a country which they encourage suicide and they limit your children. Oh, you didn't know that? If you want to kill yourself, they're like, go ahead. Knock yourself out. Don't worry about it. But literally knock yourself out for a long time.
We should have like, Kevorkian wasn't wrong. I mean, not to speak on that. Like we should have like assisted suicide.
I mean, it might keep some of these rich oligarchs from, continuing to just run everybody into the ground.
SM, they were saying that, the butt swab, the anal swabs for COVID. I mean, I don't know who's stupid enough to bend over and spread your cheeks so they could test you for COVID. I'm saying, goddamn, it make no goddamn sense. Like, I had a health issue last year and I was hospitalized for like 8 days. And as a result of it, I had to go get a colonoscopy. I was super mad about that. And I was like, and they put you to sleep for that shit. I can't imagine pulling down my pants and bending over for them to tell me I got COVID or not. You got me fucked up. That shit ain't happening. Yo, Warren is we need to have him on the show like next week or something. Because he just says the most wildest shit and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think with all the stuff that we've had going on lately, we do need a little bit more levity and we need to balance it out, not stress everybody out with our crazy topics that we get into and our pun intended doom and gloom perspective. So yeah, we should go ahead and reach out to him, have him on here sometime shortly. There is
did you see what he just said? He said I asked for butt swabs once, but the lady said, "Sir, this is a dentist office." His sense of humor is on point. That shit was good. That was sharp.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this next clip already that I wanted to show. So we can run on past this topic. Unless you have more that you wanted to say on it.
No, just regarding the food, period. I mean, clearly they want to put us all on a weight loss plan. I mean, shit, I need to be on a weight loss plan too, right? So, with that being said, yeah, take care of yourself and learn how to produce some of the things that you need in addition to the meat that you want. I get it. Not everybody's able to have, um, pig farms, chicken farms, etc., etc. But whatever things that you can produce on your own that would lead to you not having to purchase it in a store, try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's in your best interest.